Hi friends, this is Leela. Welcome to my channel. In the previous video, we have seen how to get the data using computed properties. We have seen why, because so directly accessing the this dot dollar store dot state dot count is not the correct way to write that scenario. So we can call through this computed. This one we have seen, right? And now we have seen that get property, and now setting the state. So setting the state means that is nothing but, so here we are updating the state. That means this dot dollar store dot state dot count plus plus. So we are incrementing the state. So incrementing the state, so like this is also the not correct way of approach doing this type of code. So of course we can do this type of codes. For example, here in this app view, you have another button, something like div. So I have a button increment. So I have another button, something like increment. Sorry, increment. Now in this one, at the rate click dot prevent, I can use directly, and here I will be trying to use update increment. I will be using on increment. So what I need to use, so here I need to write the methods here directly, the methods, and here I can write on increment. So what I need to update the store. So this dot dollar store dot state dot count plus plus. I will be doing this count plus plus. So updating this one is fine. It's not a problem. So here if you try to see increment, so updating this one will work. Both the buttons will perform the same scenario, perform the same action. So it is okay, fine. But now when we want to increment 2 times or 3 times, okay, when we want to increment by 2 means, so I need to change the places here plus 3, okay, plus is equal to 3. I need to increment here, and also in the counter dot view also I need to update with plus is equal to 3. So 2 times 2 places I need to update. So that means this could raise the issue. So if the project is very big or anything, all the places you need to update. Okay, so this is not the correct way of approach you doing. So we have already discussed that the UX is a state management pattern, not only Vuex. So everything in any framework is a state management pattern. We need to perform certain pattern in the Vuex. So what is that pattern is? So every time, so Vuex offers you a separate concept that is nothing but mutations. Whenever you want to update the data, the data present in the store, okay, whenever you want to update the data present in the store, so you need to update the data using mutations only. So if you observe here, the only way to change the state in the Vuex store is committing a mutation. So that means through mutation only you need to change the state. Change the state means that is nothing but the state. The state means count. Whatever the data we are having, we will be calling this one as a state. So whenever we want to update the data, modify the data, whatever the changing the data means, you need to update it or modify it through the mutation only. Okay. So consider mutations are something like events. Okay. So which has a string type and a handler. So let's try to see this one, how to implement this mutation. Okay. So now here you will be able to see that we can write mutations like this, they are saying. Okay, let's go to main.js. So where the store actually the implementation is there. Here you will be having extra key. Okay, it is an object, and here you will be writing increment. Okay, so this is the increment, and here increments gives us the argument that is nothing but the state. So this state already Vuex inbuiltly ships the argument with you. So there is no need to pass that one from somewhere else. So Vuex automatically gives you that state argument for these mutations methods, for every mutation methods. Now here if I want to update, what I need to do is state dot count plus plus. Okay, I need to update that one using state dot count plus plus. So in this way we need to update the increment. So now how can I access this one? So I can access this one using here how can I access this dot dollar store dot commit. I need to use this commit. This is a special word. Okay, the method present in the Vuex this dot dollar store. So you need to use the commit, and whatever the name you have given here, you need to give this name. Okay, increment. So like this as a text. So this is how you will be asking. You will be doing this one. So now if I want to update this one in the same thing, so same place you need to update like this. So you need to update like this. Okay, so this is the scenario how you need to update the state data in the Vuex. So now the changing of the state is present only in one place, that is in the mutations. So wherever you want to update the state data, you need to update through the mutations. So you need to call the mutations method, and you need to update through the mutations. You cannot directly modify the state data in the components. Okay, you need to realize this one. Now another thing what I can tell you is, so let's try to see the output. I try to see the output here. Now here, if you try to see the output, if I refresh this one, now if I click on increment, see I am able to increment the data. So this is how we need to access the state data using the mutations. Okay. Now another thing what I want to tell you is, now here what we have seen is incrementing data. We are doing plus plus. So if I want to something, I want to update the data using some custom data. So custom number. So something like +4. So this 4 thing I need to pass through this through the increment. So how can I pass? So let's see. So here is the payload. We are sending the data payload. Okay. So here I need to write the payload. Now this is the data. I need to pass this one. So how much data, how much number I pass to this increment commit mutation method, so that much count it need to update. So now how can I update this one? So here if I go to the counter, okay, so here you will be having an extra parameter. You can give the parameter here by using 4. Okay, here I can give the 4, and here in the app.view I can give the 3. Okay, so like this you can change the data. So I have changed here counter with 4, and here I have increased the counter 3. So this is the way how you can pass the uh, data to the increment method. Now if I try to see the output here, so if I refresh this one and if I click in this one, so it is incrementing by the 4. Now if I do this one, so this is incrementing with the 3. So in this way, so we can pass the custom data. If you want to pass to the mutations method, we can pass using like this. Now if you try to see the logic here, so this is how we will be calling this one. Okay, the mutations commit method through the components. In the components you will be calling, not only in the components, anywhere if you want to change the state, you need to commit, you need to call the method using store.commit. Okay, commit is a built-in method. Okay, and commit with the payload means the custom data. If you want to pass an argument, additional argument, you can pass using state comma n. Here is the n we have written, right? So n is the place name they have written. So we have written the payload. Okay, payload, the name, whatever the name you want, you can give. It's not a problem. The argument you can pass is like this. Okay, and another one what we can do is, so we can also pass the object also. We can also pass the object. So whatever the data you want, you can also pass. So you can pass the object like this, and you can pass this one. So for example, if you want to pass the object here, you can pass value is 3, and here you need to pass value is 4. Value is 4. So you can pass object, an object of data also, and also you can access the object here, payload dot the key what we are having in that object, payload dot value. So this is the scenario also. You can pass the data in order to access the additional argument in the mutations. Okay, so the same scenario works, not a problem. So you can pass as many arguments, as many keys you want in that object. And this is another way of alternative way of using the mutation. So you can also call the mutation in another way also. So the how you will be calling the way is your wish. So it's not a problem. How you will be calling the thing, you will say your wish. For example, here we are already using the mutation, right? So here I can use something like object notation. So here first one will be the type, same thing like reducer, how will be using in the Angular or anything. So we'll be called like this. So increment. Okay, I can call increment here, and I can call the value of 4. So this is the another way of calling the mutation. And here in the counter.view also you can call here. So type is equal to increment increment, and here I can call value of 3, 5 or something like this. Okay, so you can call like this also. So now if you want to access the data, you need to access using type dot value. So payload dot value, as we have already written. So if you want to pass another data or something like this means, so you can access this data using some payload dot dasd like this. You can pass. Okay, you can access. Okay, so this is another type of calling this one, or otherwise you can call using directly scenario. You can call using increment comma increment comma value comma 2. Okay, so these two things is okay. So any way of representation you want, you can implement. So this is not a problem. Okay, so this is the way how we will be accessing the state using the mutation. So you need to remember this one. Accessing changing the state in the Vuex state management is only done through the mutations. So if you are going to access the state data, So it is done only through the mutations. So if you are changing anything means you need to write the mutations method, and you need to call that mutation for using this store.commit. You cannot directly write the data. So if you directly write the data, it is not the correct way of representation. And the state management pattern, what is the pattern they have introduced in the Vuex, it will be broken. Okay, so they have build a separate rules of logic, how to access the data, how to set the data, and how to implement the Vuex state management, so that you will be getting less errors prone. Okay, so otherwise if you implement in the previous methods or something like this, there may be a chance of getting more errors. Okay, so this is the setting of the data. This is about the mutations in the Vuex state management. If you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video. And if you like this video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you.